Okay, this is Chapter 14, Fair Game Review, and let's try to make this pretty quick and easy here. Complete the number sentence with less than, greater than, or equal to. Well, when we're doing these, let's make it easy on ourselves and make them go to the same place value here. This is really easy now because it's 3 and 40 hundredths and 3 and 45 hundredths, obviously. After I just said that, I almost got it wrong. 3 and 40 hundredths is less than 3 and 45 hundredths, therefore less than. Over here, we're on the negative side of things, so be careful because it's kind of backwards with the way we're thinking, but this would be negative 6.01 and negative 6.10. If we took the negatives off, this is the lesser number. However, because we're on the negative side of things, this is closer to 0, which makes it the greater number. So this is greater. Number 3 down here. Let's annex a 0 right here and look at 3.50. 3.5 would be a 0. Those are equal. And here, this negative number is has a smaller absolute value, which makes it closer to 0, which makes it the greater of the two numbers. And that one's nice and easy because they already both go to the hundredths place, and the number in the tenths place is different, so we can make our decision right away. Here it says, find 3 decimal numbers that make this true. So negative 5 and 2/10 is greater than or equal to. Well, let's use the or equal to right away, and we could put negative 5.20. We know those two are equal, so we can get that or equal to. But this is bigger than, and we could put anything we want. I almost put negative 4, but this wouldn't be bigger than that, would it? Because the negative 4 would be closer to 0. So negative 6.03. And let's go negative 5.21. Negative 5.2 is greater than or equal to all of those numbers. Over here, 2.65 is greater than what? Well, it's greater than 2.64. It's greater than 3.05, and it's greater than 10.10. Okay? No, it's not. It's not greater than either of those. What am I thinking? Hopefully you were just like, Mr. Brooks, you are a moron. But 2.64, 2.05, or negative 10.10. There, it's greater than all of those. Number 7, negative 3.18 is less than or equal to. I'm going to take care of that. I like the or equal to. We can just annex a 0 on the end, negative 3.180. And now I have to be careful. We're on the negative side of things, and I want this to be less than. So I have to pick something like negative 2.5 or negative 1.01. These numbers are bigger than this because they're closer to 0. And finally, 3 hundredths is less than. It's less than 1/10. It's less than 23 hundredths. And it's less than 0.05, 5 hundredths. Okay, and then the table shows the time, order the numbers from first place to fifth place. This has 3 numbers behind the decimal to the thousandths place. I'm going to annex a 0 on all of these, so they're all to the thousandths place. So now when we put these in order from least to greatest, least being the first place person because they'd have the quickest time, they all have 12 seconds. So now let's go to the tenths place. I have a 6, a 5, a 4, a 6, and a 4. So the 2 4s are the least. Then there are 9 in the hundredths place. So those are the same still. I go all the way to the thousandths place, 0 and a 5. So the 0 is less. So runner C won the race. I'm going to put a little line through him so I can stop looking at him. E was the next one. Only 5 thousandths of a second behind runner C, so very close. Then we go back. 12s are the same, of course. 6, 5, and 6, so runner B is the only person that has a 5 in the tenths place, so they're next. And then we go to A and D, the two, I guess, losers in this race, 4th and 5th place. 6 in the 10th place, go to the 100th place. I have a 3 and a 0, so 0 is less. So runner A beat out the 5th place runner, runner D. Here is the order of the runners. Second side is order of operations. So we'll do these order of operations rather quickly, I hope. No parentheses, which would have come first. So now we go to exponents. 10 squared is 100 minus 48 divided by 6 plus 25 times 3. Now multiply and divide from left to right. So we'll get this division here and this multiplication. So 100 minus 48 divided by 6 is 8 plus 25 times 3 is 75. We add and subtract from left to right. So 100 minus 8 is 92 plus 75. 92 plus 75 is 167. 167. Number 11, parentheses first now. So this would be 8 times 16 divided by 4 is 4 plus. The next thing we do is exponents, and we can do this exponent as we move along. 2 squared is 4 minus 11 times 3. So now we can do multiply and divide from left to right. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 4 minus 11 times 3 is 33. Left to right, adding and subtracting. 32 plus 4 is 36 minus 33, and we're left with 3. Number 12, parentheses first, so 6, and then in parentheses, we'll simplify this fraction, but we could also look at it as doing division before addition. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. So we have 6 squared divided by 4 times 7. And we do exponents first. 6 times 6 is 36 divided by 4 times 7. We do have to go left to right. So 36 divided by 4 is 9 times 7, which is 63. Here, parentheses first. 9 minus 4 is 5. So we have 5 times 5 squared minus 3 squared. Now we can do exponents. 5 times 25 minus 9. Multiply. 125 minus 9 is 116. Exponents first. We have 25 minus 4 times 16 minus 12. Multiply first. 25 minus, that'd be 476. No. 40 and 24 is 64. Oh, 16 times 4. 24, 6. Yeah, 64. Minus 12. Going from left to right here. 25 minus 64. 25 minus 64 would be 39. Negative 39 minus 12 equals negative 51. So negative 51. And then number 15 here. Yikes, a lot going on. We go to parentheses first, but even in the parentheses, we do this exponent before we do the division. So the first thing we do is this exponent in the parentheses. 5 squared is 25, which makes this 50 over 25, still in parentheses, squared divided by 4. 50 divided by 25 is 2, so now it's 2 squared divided by 4. 2 squared is 4. 4 divided by 4, and 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Lastly, the table shows the numbers of students in 4 classes. The teachers are combining the classes and dividing the students in half to form 2 groups for a project. Write an expression to represent this situation. How many students are in each group? So, the teachers are combining the classes and dividing the students in half to form 2 groups for a project. So the first thing we have to do is add all of these. So 24 plus 32 plus 30 plus 28. And we want to divide that sum by 2. So we have to do this first. Normally we would do our division first. If we want to do this first, we have to put it in parentheses, and then we could divide that thing by 2. Now look at here. The parentheses here are actually not needed. The vinculum, or fraction bar, is actually a division symbol. Is a grouping symbol. It's a division symbol too, of course, but we simplify the numerator and we simplify the denominator before we do the division. So actually, all we would have to do is that. If you didn't want to use the fraction bar, another way you could have done this is 24 plus 32 plus 30 plus 28 divided by 2, but now we would have to use the parentheses when we write it out horizontally like that. Either way works. Excellent. And then if you add these up, you get 114 divided by 2, which of course is 57. For how many students are in each group? 57.